Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. We are here again talking about the types of people to avoid. So, yeah, the types of people to avoid.
Some good
Um,
stuff today.
yeah, it depends. If we talking about you, you know,
Me. Oh,
no, you as in
oh
a
yeah,
general
yeah. That's
you.
how I was about to
Right.
say me. Like,
No, not you. So, the three types of people that we are talking about avoiding are um, a narcissist, a mimic, and a revisionist.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Let's start with the making of a narcissist.
right, narcissist. So by definition, a narcissist is a person who has a self-admiration complex. We all know somebody like this. Hopefully, you're not that someone, but definitely, self-admiration is the main
Mm-hmm.
characteristic of narcissistic people. And there's actually two types of narcissists. I didn't know this before, but there's two types. Um, according to WebMD, not according to me. So one is
WebMD,
right. This is the medical
not
guru.
TMD.
Right, exactly. So first is the grandiose narcissist. Grandiose
Mm.
narcissist. Aggressive, dominant, and often exaggerate their importance. The next is the inadequate narcissist. These types are more sensitive and use the trait to protect their feelings of inadequacy. They feel offended or anxious when people don't treat them as if they are special.
Mm.
So what do you think are like traits of a narcissist? Like, I mean, besides the ones like what are some things that come
Um,
through?
just from my experience with a narcissist, I definitely would say, um, like gaslighting or turning situations around so that you look like you crazy or you know what I mean, like you
Right,
it's never them,
right.
it's
Lack of
you.
accountability.
Yeah, lack of accountability and gaslighting, like it's two of the things, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just, well, yeah, that falls under gaslighting, but definitely lack of accountability and gaslighting are the two main ones that I see. And it's just there's no reasoning with them. There's I
No
found that,
reasoning.
yeah, there is no way you can reason with them.
Right.
Like there's nothing. Everything you do is wrong, and anything that they do, you made them do it.
Self-importance.
Yeah, like everything that you do is
I'm
wrong.
I'm I'm
Everything
so
that you made, yeah,
important, and I'm too important to have done what you
yeah,
said that I did.
yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, that's
So some things, entitlement. You didn't touch on
mm,
entitlement.
mm-hmm.
Arrogance.
Yeah,
That's big for
I can see
narcissists.
that.
It says the need for admiration
I can see it.
and the lack of empathy.
Ooh,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah,
right. Lack of empathy.
yeah.
So how do you deal with a narcissist?
You don't.
Oh,
You don't. Once you
well,
find
we
out,
can end this here. Thanks for
once
stopping by.
you find out that that person is a narc, do an about face on your heels and run out immediately. There is no reasoning, there's no rationalizing, there's not getting them to understand where you're coming from. You have no, you got nothing. Because you're always going to be wrong. Unless you that type of person that you felt like you want to be gaslit all the time, you want to be belittled, and you want to be, it's never them, it's always you. If you can survive in that environment, I don't know who can, but if you can survive in that environment, then you go ahead. But
More power to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But there is no way to deal with them. There is no way. And if there is, let me ask, what this camera, if there's anybody out there, anybody
Uh-huh.
who has dealt with the narcissist, if you're still dealing with narcissist, you stayed in a relationship with a narcissist, you comment and you tell us how you survived that.
Right.
Like how, because from my experience, you can't.
You can't survive it. You're not getting out. Not getting out alive.
I mean, survive it by leaving. Like, you don't stay.
Right.
That's how you. How do you deal with them? You leave.
I think from my experience, I didn't realize they were a narcissist at 1st.
Mm-hmm. That's how it goes.
Because that's something that they quell,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of like, they're not letting you see that.
Yeah.
Because if they do, it's game
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to get my claws
Claws in,
into
yeah.
her if
Mhm.
I let her know.
She can't show my hand.
It let her or him know
Mhm.
that I'm a narcissist.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, they can't let on to
Mhm.
that early on.
Yep.
You can't find it out.
But once you do, like,
Once you do.
once the smoke clears and you see and you understand that's what it is, understand also there's no dealing with them.
No dealing with it.
No.
It says
What did WebMD say? Because there ain't no way, there's no
well,
way,
this-
there's
this
no amount of
isn't-
therapy,
this isn't
nothing.
WebMD, but early signs that a person may be a narcissist. Fast-moving relationship, claims that you are soulmates, love bombing, overly
love bombing, yeah.
attentive, overly concerned with image, superficial,
Mm-hmm.
talks negatively of previous relationships, calls the ex crazy, puts entire blame on failed past relationship on their ex. So they say
It
it was their fault,
yeah.
right?
It's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like everything you like.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrors your likes and interests.
Mm-hmm.
Does not have close relationships or friendships with anyone.
Mm.
Tells you a sob story to get you to feel sorry.
Mm.
Your instincts or intuition tell you something just isn't right. I can't put my finger on it, but sir, as soon as I do,
Run. Run.
or brags or seems overly concerned with self. So do you think that those are clinch pin to like what?
I don't think there's.
It's early signs. So like in the beginning, you're going to see these things, but if you don't recognize them, you won't see them.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I think regardless if you're dealing with a narcissist or anybody, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see or
Right.
you glaze over. You know, the person could be not a narcissist, but there could be other traits that you see. You're like, oh, that's just
Right.
You chalk it up to something else because you might want to make it work or whatever the case may be. But I don't think that they all have those exact. Like you have to have, if it's 10 or 20, like you have to have
Right.
all of them. Like
No, I
in
don't
order
think
to
you
be
have
it.
all.
Yeah, like I don't think in order, like you have to have every single one. I feel like if you're showing the majority of these traits, one might be more prevalent
Right. I
than
think
the other.
you might work on one, or you nurture one. Not you, but the narcissist will develop one. That's what I was looking for. They develop one more than the other. Maybe manipulation works for them. Maybe you know, making people feel empathetic, or maybe the arrogance works for them. I think it all depends.
Yeah.
Somebody put a narcissist mindset. That didn't happen, and if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, it's not a big deal. And if it is, it's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you made me do it.
That sounds about accurate.
That's about accurate.
I hit the mic. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, it sounds about accurate. Yeah, that sounds about
You
accurate.
agree with that?
Yeah, but it's unfortunately, yeah.
A narcissist expects the authority of a king while having the accountability of a toddler.
Damn.
Facts.
Damn.
Facts. Big facts.
Oh, I was going to be like, expects the what of a king?
Expects the authority
of a king.
while
And-
having the accountability of a toddler.
I thought they were going to say the accountability for jester.
Oh, no, a toddler. They're not accountable at all. Not at all.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Definitely, those are some things. Now, also, they talk about what are narcissists' weaknesses.
What are they? What's their kryptonite?
You said, what are they? 7 top weaknesses. They depend on other people's validation and supply in order to feel energized.
Okay.
So they're using other people to
Yeah.
boost them up.
Okay.
They are unable to empathize.
Okay.
They have no empathy. They can't relate to what
Okay.
you're going through.
Okay.
You going through something? Oh well,
Yeah.
whatever. They have a very fragile ego and are easily offended. You agree?
Damn, I'm like, damn, am I a narcissist? I'm just kidding.
No, they are very insecure.
And yeah, I think that can come out in different ways too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're insecure, so you are overly confident.
Yeah, it doesn't look like when you say insecure, some people might be like, oh, you're insecure. It might come out questioning you, like, where you going? Like, that may not even come out that way. It can come out completely opposite, you know. You know what I mean? Like,
overly. Overly everything.
Yes.
They are chronically bored,
Mm-hmm.
and anything new that might interest them is short-lived.
So the shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are unable to self-reflect on their own weakness to improve oneself. And last, they are extremely jealous and envious of others. That's a tough one. Yeah, I mean, I've been in communicado with some narcissists, and those are definitely hitting home. But this one right here, I saw on how a narcissist will navigate through life. Narcissists do not pick losers. They pick the best, the smartest, the most capable and giving people. They're picking them because they're draining.
The energy.
They're getting right. They're
Oh,
getting.
I think it also, I feel like they might pick them because it might even, what's the word, kind of empower them to break that type of person down.
So they get, by sucking the life out of you,
Yeah.
it builds them up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Energy vampires.
Ooh, not the energy vampire.
Vampires.
Not the energy vampire. Yeah. So that's a narcissist. So now next, we talked about
The
revisionist.
And the revisionist.
Revisionist. So now, revisionist. This person often tries to change existing beliefs or ideas and practices. So like a parent will try to change a kid that's acting out, try to change their behavior by doing something over the top to change it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you don't want to go to school, I'm gonna, I don't know, burn all your toys or something like that. Like, it's just too much. The crime the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Right.
Yeah. I think also a revisionist for me is just a person who you're trying to rewrite the story the way that you see it through your own, but it's not. You're trying to erase what really happened and then just rewrite this and revise it to be, this is what really happened, and that's the story. Because I feel like if you, and in their mind, if you tell a story enough times, it becomes believable and it becomes true,
Right.
and that's it. Like,
That's it and that's all.
yeah, that's it. That's all. Nothing else ever happened.
Right.
If you tell it, you know what I mean? You tell it enough times that instead of, you getting beat up in school, you tell it enough times
You beat
that
everybody up.
yeah, that you won the fight. It was a fight, and that you won
Right.
that fight.
Right.
And this is what I did. It becomes believable in your head,
Right.
in your story. You're revising the whole thing, and people believe you because they're not there.
And you're telling it with such authority because
Yeah.
you keep repeating it.
Yes. So
that it's believable.
That lie that you're telling becomes truth.
Right.
And so, yeah, you just want to write out everything that happened before, and you're not telling the truth. But then again, if you don't have the other person's side,
Right. If
you
you
have
don't
nothing
know.
to compare it to. You have nothing
Right.
at all.
Then you have to go with what
Yep.
the person is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Like if I wasn't there, I gotta base everything on the facts, and you're the only
You're
one
fact
providing
checker.
me fact. Right.
You're a fact
right,
checker.
Right.
You're the fact checker in here, and you said that this all checks out.
Right. And
So I'm gonna go with what you say.
Right. And sometimes the revisionist that kind of touches on what you talked about earlier, gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
typical gaslighting.
Yeah.
You've revised what's going on.
Yep.
Oh, that's not what I said.
You did.
Oh, that's not what I did.
You did.
Oh,
Absolutely. I saw it. I heard it. I experienced it.
right.
That's what it was. You can't tell me otherwise.
Well, that's what they would let you to they would lead you to believe that that's not how it happened. They have revised that.
Yeah.
You have the edited copy, and that's the only copy that exists.
Yeah, that's not true. We're not going with that.
We're not going with that
No,
one
we're not
today.
gonna go with that.
Okay. So, and now the last type of
Mimic.
person is the mimic.
That person.
Yep.
Do you know? Then go ahead.
I'm just going to say what it is and then you can tell me.
Yeah.
So the mimic is going to pick up the social norms and try to make their own situation better through assimilation. A mimic always tries to make a good impression on people. So whatever is going on, say this going on right here. A mimic will come in, oh yeah, I know all about podcasts. Or I was at my friend's podcast, or I've done a podcast before, or this is really great. It's like that.
Yeah, I think they align themselves to your interests. They align themselves to the things that you like. They align themselves to the things that you don't like. They want to mirror you. It's just they basically mirroring you, because when you look back at it, you think about it. You'll go along with it because it's familiar, because you're looking at you. It's yourself.
Oh, wow, they like what I like.
Yeah. Did you know?
What?
Like, and that's the, what do you call that when you say you're representative? Like, people say, for instance, if a guy is getting to know, there was a story.
He sent his representative.
Yeah. Say, for instance, if you, I don't know, if a woman say you love to, like, say hamburgers or whatever. I love hamburgers. Like, I just can't get enough of a good burger. Oh, me too. If you're trying to get in good. Me too, me too. And then you'll find out later that you never really even liked hamburgers. You was only going there because...
You just started eating beef.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You only going there and saying that you like it
Right.
because of me. But then you find out after you start dating them that was a lie, and that they really don't even like burgers.
Aw.
But they do all of this stuff to try to get you. And then when they feel like they've gotten you,
To get you on the team.
yeah, and then it's like you change. Like you just go ahead and change
Sign
the
up for
rules.
softball, and when you sign up for softball, we're really playing soccer.
Yeah,
Like-
it completely different. But it's just when a person mimics somebody, you're going to fall for that because it's familiar.
Right.
It's you. You're like, oh, I'm looking at myself. It's like looking at myself. No. So you know what? So you know how to avoid all of that? What do you like? What do you like?
That's how you get around it?
Yeah, what do you
You
like?
switch it back on
yeah,
them?
no, what do you like? Or tell me about yourself. Tell me the things that what are you looking for? Or that question, what are you looking for in a partner? So you want me to tell you everything that I'm looking for so you can pretend to be that. My new thing is, I'll let you know when you're not it. Just go ahead and be who you are, but I'll let you know when it's something that it doesn't align with what I
I don't know. If somebody
think
said
about
that to me, I would feel kind of put off. Like, I'm asking you
yeah.
So are you asking this question because you feel like you're getting an inkling of something, and not just somebody like off? You meet somebody and you're having a conversation with them, and then y'all are talking, and then you say,
Now, I would probably say it as nicely as possible. Like, so tell me, because what are you doing? You want to mirror. You want to find the things that you think that I like.
so you
and
don't think
want
you don't think that's a general question, though?
Yeah, it's a general question, but why is that a general question? Because you want to understand what it is I like, so you can pretend to be that, to do all the things, and then all of a sudden that you're not. So
good point.
yeah, so no. Oh, tell me what you like. I like what I don't like. I like a lot of things, and I don't like a lot of things. But I can tell you what, but I will let you know if anything that you're doing doesn't align.
Right.
But my whole thing is to you, be who you are, and let's see if it aligns with the things that I like.
Right.
You'll know when it doesn't. That's it.
Okay, that's it and that's all?
That's all. That's it. I'm not.
So how do you think is the best? So you said that, but you think that's the best way to deal with somebody that's a mimic by
But
kind of
Yeah.
poly-razzmatazz and
Yeah.
skedaddle off to the
Oh,
side?
it's just. Oh, I see you eat this a lot. No, I'm just kind of maybe hyper fixated on this type of meal now, every now and again. But yeah, it's maybe not my favorite. But what do you like? I'll ask them, what do you like? Tell me about yourself. And I swear,
They got no answers?
yeah, no, it's just that whole, like that, all these questions, the 20 questions. I'm about to prepare a PDF all about me, and tell me, hey, I'm gonna send
And
that to you.
what's your email address?
Exactly. What's your email
Let me
address?
send you this
'Cause
PDF.
I'm not, or this text message real quick. This is all the stuff that you need to know.
So do you think that these types of people are more drawn to particular types of people? Like I said, the narcissist
Yours
looks
from
for
people,
the
more
top of
powerful
the,
person, yeah,
right.
like so that they can kind of knock them down the peg or feed off of their energy.
Mm-hmm.
I would think like a mimic, to me, wouldn't look for a person like that. I think a mimic would more or less look for a person who's more easily manipulated, I feel like. Like a person who's to themselves kind of, or maybe like a little shy or a little, but
Why
so
so?
that way, yeah, so that way, definitely not an alpha male or female.
Why? Because that would be too hard
That
to
I think
hard
that
to replicate.
because being that type of person, you trying to replicate, like that's an energy that's innate. You can, alpha males and alpha females have this bravado, they're like this, you can tell when they walk in a room who isn't. To try and mimic that is a stretch, I feel like. You can't mirror that exactly, but I think you can easily mirror a person who's more timid, more reserved. You know what I mean? Because if you're that alpha person and then you want to mimic that, like, yeah, you can mimic that a little bit,
Right.
but you can mimic down, but I think it's easier to mimic down than it is to mimic up.
Not mimic down.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
True. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So how do you think is the best way to kind of wriggle away from those types of people?
They leave. What's it like? What happened? What? Why you ask me these things? You leave. Like you recognize it. You see it. You start to feel it. You understand it doesn't feel good to you.
True.
And you leave. I don't know why that's so hard.
You know what? From experience, it's hard because, especially if you're dealing with a narcissist, they have surreptitiously kind of gotten you into a mindset to unthink certain things. So leaving is difficult. Now, you're not as everything that you were before you met them. Now you're this other person who's not good enough, not strong enough, not smart enough. You're all those things. So, yes, leaving is the ultimate goal, but you have to do two things. You have to, one, build yourself back up to either being that person or to wanting to be that person enough that you want to get the F out of there. So,
You know what it is? Maybe it's my personality. Again, it all goes back to my personality of avoiding attachment style and detaching and understanding my worth and knowing that how much I can tolerate versus how much I won't. and understanding that I don't care how much I may love you. I don't care how much I may have been 10 toes down for you. I don't care. But one thing I will never do is I will never let a person break me down to that point where I feel I'm not worthy. That's a personality, I think, trait in me. And I can't. There's something in me that doesn't allow it.
It does not let you.
It doesn't allow it.
Doesn't let you get there. So out of those three types, what do you think is the toughest one to deal with?
I'm definitely going to say a narcissist. Because a mimic, I think you'll start to see things like it's more of a they're mirroring you, and then you start to see it. But they're at that point, they're not trying to degrade you. They're not trying to gaslight you. They're not trying to do it. It's just that they're trying to get in good. Like I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just see what he says. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see what she says, and I'm gonna do that because now I'm in. And then so it's more of just a manipulation, but it's not all that other stuff that comes with it. The gaslighting, the lack of accountability, like the narcissist, like all. It's a long list of shit that comes with that.
Right.
The revisionist, I feel like the revisionist can be part of being a narcissist. You can revise history all you want to, or you can try to revise history all you want to and make that story your own and rewrite it and rewrite my experience with you. But I'm always going to know that that's not what happened. I don't care who you tell how it happened. That's not what happened.
Right.
And I think I can deal with that more than I can deal with a narcissist. Like, it's like, all right, well, you know what? Whatever. That's your story you're sticking to? Okay, cool. That's fine. But I feel like a narcissist has so many, it's comprised of so much more.
Right.
That one by far
it's
is
more
the
complex.
It's more dangerous, I think, than the other two.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, I mean,
Well, I don't want to deal with none of them. And and sometimes, again, if you know how to identify them, it's easier.
Yeah.
And again, once you see it, I would not recommend.
0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Do not recommend.
Boo, tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. Now that you see it, it's like it's that whole thing. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right.
And then once you see it and you recognize it, you're hypersensitive to that's a narcissistic behavior. That's some narcissistic bullshit. This is some narcissistic bullshit too.
Right.
Yeah, this is a no for me.
Yeah.
I don't want any parts of it. I don't care how you dress it up. You can put a lipstick on the pig, it's still a pig. I don't care.
Dress of the pig.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you used to put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
That's
I don't care. I don't want any parts of it.
True.
So, I don't know. If you have dealt with a narcissist, anybody, if you have dealt with a narcissist, what was your experience?
How did you get out of it?
How did you get out of it? Are you still in it?
Right. Hit three thumbs up if you need help. Like, send a
smoke signal.
Put
or
your
something,
hand
like something, or and I think just as a friend, if I know a person is going through that, like, I definitely would be that side-eyeing you, like, I really can't. I'm helping her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm helping her get her exit strategy together.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But then if you're that friend who's going through it and you don't mention it, I'm supposed to know. But once you mention it and you say you need the exit strategy, we get exit strategy. Yeah, we exiting stage
strategy
left.
is strategy.
You know what I'm saying? We exiting stage left. What you need to do? Start stashing money. What it is that you need to do? Let's start to get your paper up, because we can leave.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna leave you in that situation. You gotta come stay with me. Whatever it is that you gotta do, we're gonna get you out.
So
yeah.
Understand, guys, we are, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. So let us know we're going to wrap up this episode, and hopefully you got something out of this. And the people who have dealt with narcissists or a revisionist or a mimic, and I hope you heal. I definitely, it is a journey, and understand that, if they broke you down to the point where you feel like, you're not yourself, just surround yourself with people that can help rebuild you, build yourself up, get your glow up back. Journaling, meditating, grounding yourself, all of the stuff. Start talking positive to yourself, and understand that, but now if you've dealt with that and now you understand the things to look out for.
Don't step back in the poop.
Yeah. You want to move forward. So, and with that, we're going to close out this episode. As always, life's not about the destination.
It's about the journey.
And no matter where you are,
it's exactly where you're supposed to be.
And here we are. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next episode.
Next time. Bye.